Hi, and here we are for another preview of an upcoming Clarke auction. This time we move to a Monday at 4 p.m. So note the time. This is one of our best sales of the year. Some very exciting art. We've over 100 lots. There's exciting furniture, porcelains and everything. So I'm going to give you my usual quick run through, and then my appraisers will do a more detailed description. We have lots and lots of wrought iron out here, Steve. So much that the neighbours are complaining it's all over the street. But there's some nice mid-century wrought iron, some vintage stuff, so good for your summer gardens. Anyway, in the room we've got lots of French furniture. Here we have a nice parquetry inlaid, probably 19th century marble top. We have this beautiful 18th century medicine cabinet. The front doors have been removed for travel, but it's a nice early one. I believe it came from a Park Avenue estate. Beautiful detail, nice gilding, nice work. It's on stand. Here we have another beautiful piece inlaid. Looks like it's early 20th or 19th century, or beautiful quality. Look at the rosewood here, leather top, bronze mounting, nice big thick bronze mounting on this. In the center here, from I believe it was John Coleman, the Jockey Club and Ritz-Carlton person. Here we have a Regency leather top desk, beautiful leather top partner's desk. I know that the antique market is a bit soft, but this is just absolutely beautiful. Over in Ireland we'd be screaming for this, even with the stain, the Guinness stains on top of it. Over here we have a very nice smoked glass vintage, you could call it a desk or a vanity. There's a little bit of missing mirror there, but just extra grade quality. Alongside it there's a pair of what they call blackamoors stands, nice quality. This is actually with a lot of 3 blackamoors, which is another one inside, also from that Park Avenue estate. Moving right along, Steve, into the main room. As you can see, with a nice marble top console. As usual, you can quickly pan the room because Bruce, Whitney, Nelia and Keane are going to give you a much more detailed, they like to talk, description of the stuff. And I'm quickly going to run along. As you can see, we've got mid-century, we've got used furniture, we've got carpets, we've got bronzes. I see a nice pair, this nice pair of figural candelabra, patinated with sort of doré bronze finish on the candelabra here. Nice pair of candlesticks, also from that Park Avenue estate. Nice good size. Over here, to mention before we move to the back of the room, is this beautiful coffee table. Look, there's 2 patinated bronze figures holding up the glass coffee table. Nice quality, good weight. You can see a beautiful carpet underneath it. Nice Louis XV1 style chairs. Moving right along here, we have lots of good quality used furniture with lots of antiques. You've got sofas, dining room tables, mirrors, chandeliers. Look at this beautiful chandelier. Look at the quality of the bronze work on this one. It's beaded, sort of French Empire style, but look at the beautiful work on the bronze work there. Nice beaded, nice big size. We've got Waterford style ones. We've got triple pedestal dining room tables, nice upholstered chairs, upholstered stickly wing chairs. We have bronze mounted beautiful dining room chairs here, a set of 8 with bronze figural mounts. We've got sofas. I daren't even go back in the room, it's so loaded, and Chip and Nan are busy in there working. We've got French carved marble top furniture, commodes, we've got pedestals, we've got lots of English early furniture, we've got Baker furniture, we've got Kittinger, Beacon Hill. Too much to mention, so I'm going to let you go, Steve. I'm looking forward to see you. Remember, it is on Monday, 4 p.m. Be there, it's going to be a great sale. See you then. I'll hand you to Bruce.
Thanks, Ron. I'll start my video walkthrough today with some Chinese items, a big pair of porcelain landscape plaques. It's all 20th century. This pair and this set of 4 we'll show you in a minute, but all signed and seal marked in a very good size. And then here's a set of 4 snowscapes. Again, signed, seal marked, wax seals, very nice detail. And of course, here's the other one of the first pair that we looked at, all in good condition. And to change for one moment, Steve, if you can just look at this bottom shelf, we have some exceptional clocks. Here's a complicated movement. It strikes on bells. Regency mantle clock by Grant of London. And here's a big Ansonia white metal double figure clock on a iron base, I think. And here, a late 19th or early 20th century bracket clock. The dials, this is also a complicated movement clock with gilt bronze mounts everywhere. It's signed Howard, but Fifth Avenue. I don't think it's the Howard in Boston. And in this showcase, Steve, there's all kinds of little treasures. A pretty important bronze, silver-plated bronze by von Frankenberg, and he's best known for being the inventor of Frank art, but this is one of his early bronzes. And here, more of the mid-century modern, but an extremely rare piece of Volkos pottery. It's got a couple little surface flaws, and you can read the details on our website, but signed and dated 1964 Volkos. We have more bronzes and sculpture. Here's a lot of two, one marble, one alabaster, a nice French bronze here, a really beautiful alabaster and gilt bronze of a woman at a spinning wheel. And here's an Erte bronze, I think it's called Dream Birds or Dream something, with certificates of authenticity. And from the same estate as that Erte comes this assortment of bronzes. A 19th century French bronze of a whippet signed Christophe Fretin, I believe. And here's Man o' War, a more modern or contemporary bronze by Marilyn Newmark. And here from the same estate is a sort of gilded bronze bull by Humberto Peraza, Mexican, born in 1925. Right below us, Steve, are two. We have a lot of carpets in this sale, both antique or vintage and some not so old, but here's two Chinese scatter carpets, sort of nickel styles. Nickel style is one lot. And here's a beautiful set of 18th or early 19th century Chinese export. Trays, circular trays, bowls, creamers, covered tureen. There's some issues, condition issues. You can see those details on our website. And here, one piece of antique Chinese porcelain, a vase converted to a lamp. And here's another one that I took apart. This is definitely an early antique Chinese vase with one drill hole in the bottom to make it a lamp. And not so old, Steve, all out of an apartment in Manhattan are all these garden seats to be sold in groups of 2 and 3, all nice and decorative. And here you can see some more Chinese items, some antique, some not so antique. This is a beautiful cloisonne shaped vase. This has good age. And in this showcase, a nice Gallet vase, cameo cut vase. And here, probably 1960 or 70, but beautifully embroidered Chinese panel of children in a festival scene with foo dogs. And here's another Chinese plaque, 20th century, but good size landscape plaque, a single, probably 20th century. On Chinese, here's a very early embroidery. The condition is not so great on it, but it's terrific quality and probably restorable. And here, an antique Chinese chair with mother of pearl inlay. An antique Chinese hardwood little tea table, nice lines on this one. And to get off Chinese for a minute, we have a nice assortment of furniture, including 18th century English furniture. Here's a pair of sort of ribbon back chairs or lattice back chairs. And here's a fairly rare architect's table. Let me just open this for you. With a ratcheted drawing system. And here's another pair of 18th century English chairs. These are beauties. Finely carved, big size, nice pair of antique chairs. We have a large group of this sort of Louis XV revival, probably close to the turn of the century. This chair is being sold by itself, but from the same estate is this big marble top center table carved all the way around. And then there's a 5-piece parlor set. Here's the little settee. We have the big settee, or big sofa, and 3 armchairs, maybe 2 armchairs. And here, hard to find, a near pair of mid-19th century English drop-leaf 2-drawer work tables. They go along with a Pembroke table. You can see the details on our website, but here's the other one out of a house in Hartsdale, out of an apartment in Hartsdale, nearly identical. And custom furniture, we have no end of I don't know if this is Baker, but we have all kinds of good quality custom furniture, Baker and other makers. Here's a little antique rosewood English sewing table, all inlaid with mother of pearl. The varnish is turned yellow, but nice rosewood piece of furniture. And here an antique English server, mahogany, nice ebony inlay. And another antique work table, I think with a swiveling flip top with a game board. So a game table, not a work table, but real nice. Late Regency or William IV. This is a set of dining room chairs. 6 sides, 2 arms, bronze mounted, Empire style. An antique English bow front chest. Needs a little TLC, but a good authentic tall chest of drawers. Here's some of the Baker. This is a matched pair of French provincial style commodes, all labeled Baker and other labels in there. And here, Steve, out of Hartsdale is a matched pair of Adams style. They're probably Edwardian. They might be older, but a matched pair, very hard to find, of these shield-shaped mirrors. And one of my favorite items in the sale is this French pier mirror, deeply carved and gilded, really wonderfully carved, with the swags and the cross torches and arrows at the top and ribbon and bow work. This also came out of a local estate. I can't remember the town. And a bronze Grand Tour brazier, later turned into an end table or gueridon. And here from Manhattan is a set of vintage, gilded and painted, original paint, dining room chairs, 8 side chairs, real nice profile and form on those. So here from Hartsdale is a split pedestal, mahogany or walnut dining room table. But really, I would encourage you to look on our website. If you see, it comes in its original, it comes with its original case that holds 6 leaves, and the case is nearly a piece of furniture like a sideboard itself. It has its center leg when the table opens up, so this is going to be a giant banquet table when we're done. And out of Scarsdale, a set of 8 Georgian style, they're 19th century, Georgian style mahogany dining room chairs, 2 armchairs, 6 side chairs, all in good condition. The people brought them over from England years and years ago. And over here, Steve, another piece of antique English furniture, cross-banding inlay, ebony inlay, a real nice sideboard. Again, needs a little polishing. And here there's a lot of interest in this pair of 19th century brass trimmed, I guess, Napoleon III nightstands. You see the other one over there with these original dish top rouge marble tops. Here's the case that I mentioned earlier that holds the leaves for that split pedestal dining room table. Can almost be used as a sideboard in the home. I think that was its original intent. And here from Manhattan is a very high quality, not signed, and it's said too often, but it's Linky quality, this marble top bronze, gilt bronze mounted center table. And rugs, Steve, if you want to just pan, here's a Kashan. Here's a nice Caucasian style rug over here. We just have rugs everywhere. Here another French bronze of a harlequin, signed Marceau, I believe, 1877. And from Manhattan, a pair of vintage, not period, but a nice pair of vintage French armchairs, good condition. And here from New Rochelle is one of two Asian cabinets. This one in a terrific original kind of apple green with beautifully carved top edge here and little details. Fitted interior. Antique, probably Chinese. Here's an 18th century chinoiserie decorated tall case clock, signed on the dial, calendar movement, a really beautiful clock. And here from the same house in New Rochelle, we haven't got it on the floor yet, is another antique Chinese two-door cabinet. It has original red paint, stencil decoration, and good age on this one. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Nelia, and we hope to see you on Monday, June 16th at 4 o'clock. Thanks.
Thank you, Bruce. We have over 100 paintings in this sale and some of the best we've had all year. The first work I want to show you is just here. This is by Giuseppe Barrason. He's an Italian painter, and here we have the Grand Menagerie. This is a Venice painting. It is signed and dated Barrason Venezia in the lower left corner. And you can see here we've got the menagerie with the elephant and trainer there coaxing him with some vegetables on the table. What I love about this is all the spectators here. You've got the young girl cowering away as she's looking at the elephant. And I think what's so wonderful about this painting is, yes, it's a genre scene and it does capture a bit of the 19th century, but it also really shows us the timeless fascination with the exotic. So I think this will do quite well at auction. It's offered with a $30,000 to $50,000 auction estimate. The next piece I want to show you is right here, and this is one of actually 9 works by the artist, a Chilean artist, Arturo Pacheco Altamirano. And here we have a beach scene. We've got the floristas on the beach selling their flowers. And bright, colorful. The other works here, we have our landscapes, some with houses, others with figures, all with pretty modest estimates, this one at $3,000 to $5,000. The next piece here is by Nelson Shanks. And here we go back to hyperrealism. So Shanks was actually working, coming of age in the 1950s when abstraction was really pushing the bounds of art. But he was a pure realist and kept with the classicists and doing human figures. Here you can see really capturing the emotion of the young girl, quite timid in her nudity. A beautiful painting, very modestly estimated at $1,000 to $1,500. This wonderful bronze comes to us from an estate in Purchase, New York. And this is by Ibram Lassaw. And we now know that it is titled The Moons of Saturn. Lassaw's daughter was kind enough to contact us and reach out about the sculpture. So we know that this was actually done in 1954 in Taos, New Mexico, where the artist was working for the summer. It was driven back with several other sculptures in the family's Ford Woodsy station wagon. They all piled in the car with the dog, brought these back, along with the sister sculpture called Planets, which is actually in the Baltimore Museum of Art. So very important work. This is offered at $10,000 to $15,000, a pure abstract piece. Abram Lassaw was really all about abstraction, did not want to represent anything in his work. So we see that here, one of the earliest sculptors working purely in abstraction. We'll switch it over now to an Impressionist work, or a Neo-Impressionist work by Francis Picabia. This work was recently authenticated by the Committee Picabia and will be accompanied by a certificate of authenticity. Here we have Pont Marie over the Seine River. And you can see there's some really amazing brushwork throughout the painting, wonderful layers of colors. It is quite dirty, so it needs to be cleaned. May be viewed in person for a better look at the color under natural light. It's really quite wonderful. And this is being offered with a $60,000 to $80,000 estimate. This oil on canvas behind me is by Antonio Bueno, a Spanish-born Italian painter. This was done in 1959, and this is from his metaphysical painting series. So here we have the elongated figure against a brilliant red background. The same figure sort of repeated down here in the clay pipe in the same muted tones. Beautifully done, very soft brushwork. This is estimated at $10,000 to $15,000 and is from the clay pipe series. Next to it we have a silkscreen by Marcel Duchamp. And this was done in Stockholm in 1961. It is hand-signed and numbered, 94 out of 125. This was actually recently authenticated and will be accompanied by a certificate of authenticity from the Duchamp Foundation. And it is entitled Fluttering Hearts, estimated at $4,000 to $6,000. The next work I want to show you from the same estate as the Bueno, just above my head, is by Nicola Cimbari. And this is actually of Marlene Dietrich in Destry Rides Again. So really wonderful, colorful painting of the showgirl in her elaborate dress. We also have another smaller cityscape by Cimbari, but you'll have to view that one on our website. This is a large mixed media work by Linda Stojak, a New York-based artist represented by New York galleries, and she's a contemporary painter. This was actually done in 1992, but you can see it's actually very heavily textured. We've got oil with wood and other materials on canvas. And she's very focused on the female form. So you can see here, this sort of represents the female figure, and then it's repeated then again below, down here in this headless figure, placed at the bottom of the canvas. This estimated at $3,000 to $5,000. The next piece I want to show you, a mid-1960s piece, is by Leroy Neiman. And Neiman, known for his pop art subjects, but done in a very expressive manner. So here we have Marlon Brando as Napoleon in Desiree. So you can see we have a montage, sort of compiled imagery documenting the film, signed and dated 1966. This is offered with an $8,000 to $12,000 estimate. To my right is a 1971 screen print by Andy Warhol. This is from the Electric Chair series. It is one of 10 images, a nice big size, hand-signed and stamp numbered on the back. We have the image of the electric chair bathed in colors. Each one of the series has a different palette to it. This is estimated at $8,000 to $12,000, and this is from his Death and Disaster series. You may recall the silver car crash that sold back at Sotheby's in November for about $104 million. So this from that same period in Warhol's life. This very large oil on canvas is by Adrien Desmond, French 19th century into the 20th century painter, and it's called In the Garden. So you can see it's done sort of in the style of Millet, but a very bright, almost happy scene. We've got the mother with baby here, the workers down. A lot of beautiful details in this painting. And you've got the expansive landscape retreating into the distance, birds in the sky, a house in the background. This comes from a New Jersey estate, and this is modestly estimated at $3,000 to $5,000, but I think it should go above and beyond that if all goes well. Then I want to show you another work that just came into us in the last couple of weeks. This is by Ogden Pleisner. Now this is done in a very traditional manner. Beautiful still life with the pears, the wine bottle, the knife, but very unusual for a Pleisner. Pleisner's known for his hunting scenes, his fishing scenes, very genre-esque painter. But this is early, I believe from the 1930s. It was exhibited, and we do have an exhibition label on the back of the Newcomb Macklin frame, and this is estimated at $2,000 to $3,000. This piece came to us from a Walk-In Wednesday consigner. This is by Chester Loomis, and it depicts Hester from the Scarlet Letter. So here we have Hester pensively sitting. You've got the emblazoned red A on her chest, but beautifully painted. You can see all of the delicate features, very technically well done. And this is estimated at $2,000 to $3,000. This work from a 62nd Street Manhattan apartment is by Dong Kingman, the Chinese-American watercolorist, and you can really see here that he is a master of his technique. We have vivid colors done with very crisp, clean lines. This work probably from his post-war era, where he started moving into abstraction and surrealism. Great New York City scene. So he was actually living in New York after World War II. We've got the Statue of Liberty, figures perched up on stools. This will be estimated at $4,000 to $6,000. So that just wraps up a taste, just a small number of the paintings that will be up for auction on Monday. Again, there are over 100 wonderful pieces that should be viewed on our website, or I suggest coming in to preview in person. And now here's Keen with some of the mid-century furniture. Thank you.
Thanks, Nelia. Once again, we have a great selection of mid-century coming up in June. I'll start right here in the front room with this beautiful two-tiered glass desk. Although this looks like lucite, it is believed to be a Murano glass molded with some speckling on the interior, clamp style. These are removable from the lower tier. A beautiful mid-century and unique piece. And behind that table we have two Calvin Paul Macabre brass base, brass pole, marble top, long chest with drawers and short chest with drawers, to be sold together as one lot from an estate in Fairfield, Connecticut. Great clean structure on both of these. This has a unique feature. I'm not sure if this is original to the piece, probably not, but it is not a damage. It is a separate piece of marble that has been cut, and the base is removable. Slight warping, will probably be bent back into shape, a little polish. These will be in fighting condition once again. I will bring you into the main room here, Steve, where we have a few recognizable pieces, some Barcelona style chairs, a really nice and simple floor lamp, signed Hansen on the top. Once again, a little polish on this brass should make it in great condition again. Marble top, Rob's John Gibbings, coffee table, Springer style console, these beautiful pair of mismatched upholstery but same structure, swivel chairs, great lucite back with the curved arms, nice Eames style aluminum bases. We have two sets of these Warren Plattner style bar stools. This first pair with the gray tops are in a little worse for wear condition in terms of rust. I think a polish will do those well. These other ones are with the leather cushions and in like new condition. Great set if you could get both of them. And behind you, Steve, we have a few more brass pieces, a nice unique brass crisscross table base with a nice oval racetrack top. Nice heavy glass. This is a very nice piece. One of my favorites in the sale is a ballerina form base coffee table. These are actually two separate bases, matching. You can put them in really any configuration you want under a circular glass. Very unique piece, very artistic and modern as well. Besides those, these are four in the style of Rhone. It looks like enameled back and aluminum or steel framed chairs. I think they're Mastercraft, and they are, like I said, in the style of Rhone. Great angles to the cushions. Nice simple chair. Has a somewhat of an industrial feel, but still maintains that modern look. Great chair, good condition on all of these. Nice micro suede or velvety kind of upholstery on those. These are two pair of great chest chrome outlines in them, the chrome pulls. Two matching mirrors on top, the nice white lacquer, nice beautiful John Stewart label on the interior of the drawer there. A little cleaning on the top, there's some water rings and stuff like that, not too big of a concern, but great pieces. I think they kind of go into the late 70s, early 80s type of motif of style and design that's becoming more and more popular these days. So I think these should do pretty well. Also in the Rob's John Gibbings category is a nice saber leg dining table with a leaf there with 8 dining chairs, 6 sides and 2 arms. The chairs are very nice, matching red upholstery. And from the same estate are these 2 Rob's John Gibbings for Whittycombe servers. It's a nice long server with the kind of mysterious door front, and this one has the same design yet a shorter with door and shelf interiors. This one has drawers to the left. The other one has drawers on the far left door as well. These most likely need to be refinished, but structurally in great condition. From Canada, a Stay Marie Laurent leather top, leather wrapped, rosewood and chrome desk. Basically all 3 are the best quality materials in the mid-century category. This base is very simple, very elegant, very modern, has 2 drawer, nice label on the interior. Like I said, a Canadian company, something that you don't see too much of, but they do fairly well in the market. I think a little cleaning, a little leather honey to the top of this will do this top wonders. There's a few marks in there, but nothing too big to worry about. I don't think that it needs to be redone. And other rosewood pieces here are a set of 4 chairs. Beautiful, beautiful seamless chairs here. Nice arm knobs, nice solid seat, great brass buttons on the interior of this seat rest, the backrest. A great set of chairs, all in clean, very good condition, and something that would complement any other rosewood pieces just as well. So tucked away in the back room here, we have a great James Mont bedroom set, white lacquer with this silvered pulls and the bamboo and floral form accents on the top of these. These 2 chests fit together as one, or they could be used separately. This is a large headboard for a bed, leather. Obviously this is where the mattress goes, so it doesn't need to be pretty, and it isn't. And the drawers, everything's structurally great. The lacquer, a few small losses and some wear spots, but nothing a little refinishing won't take care of and make this in like new condition. A beautiful, beautiful James Mont set, something that we haven't seen too recently, but a great addition to our mid-century category. All right, a few of the last things I'll show you are in our seating and accessories category. This is a nice artistic piece that I'll mention briefly, signed Catchy. It's a half moon sculpture made of marble, obviously. Great heavy piece, great abstracted look to it. On either side of those are 2 near pair of Carl Springer candle prickets with the lucite interiors. Great display pieces there. These sit on top a gorgeous Dunbar sheaf of wheat table, labeled Dunbar several times on the underside of that. Perfect condition. The marble has a very planetary look to it, very Saturn-esque, if you will. Very nice. We have a few other pieces, many pieces of accessories. This is just one from a lot of studio wood, signed on the bottom in pencil and burned as well. A couple of great unidentified club chairs, kind of in the style of Dunbar. Great barrel form chairs there. And I will finish off right here with a pair of upholstery as is, but lacquer and frames in great condition. James Mont side chairs or lounge chairs with arms. These are great looking chairs. The silver and gold accents to the lacquer are just a perfect addition, while different to any mid-century scheme that you might have going on in terms of design. So that'll wrap it up for me. I'll shoot you over to Whitney and she'll explain the jewelry and silver coming up. Thank you.
Thank you, Keen. I'm excited to present you with a selection of our jewelry and sterling for the June 16th auction. We do have a nice collection of men's watches in this auction, starting with this Tiffany & Company for Rolex Cellini watch. A really great looking piece, followed by a second Rolex in this auction. It is stainless, it is a little as is, but can be repaired. From our Scarsdale estate, we have this nearly 5-carat pear-shaped diamond. It is approximately NOP in color and SI1 in clarity. From the same estate is this beautiful pair of diamond earrings. They are convertible from just these nice little round earrings here to include these dangles. It is nearly 9.5 carats, and they are I in color and VS in clarity. From the same Scarsdale estate, we have these 2 George Jensen pieces, a beautiful set of Danish modern jewelry. And from the same Scarsdale estate, we also have this pair of 18-carat yellow gold and diamond earrings, really great diamond accents on this piece. And here we have a figural carved coral brooch with diamond accents for eyes. And one of my favorite pieces in this auction is this moss agate brooch. With the organic inclusions in here, they're nearly figural. It's a very beautiful contemporary piece that was custom made for the consignor on this nice white gold and yellow gold chain. And here we have a 10-strand angel skin coral bracelet with a beautiful 18-karat gold clasp with inlaid turquoise. Another Danish modern grouping of jewelry in this auction. We have this Mikkelsen porcelain and sterling bracelet with another Mikkelsen piece here with the porcelain and sterling pendant and a George Jensen chain. And the last piece of jewelry I'll be speaking about for this auction is this 14-karat white gold diamond and sapphire cabochon bracelet. A beautiful piece in this auction. And moving on to the silver, we have a set of 6 800 silver German Repoussé cups and saucers. Really beautiful design here with the floral and foliate design to these pieces. There are 6 of them, only one is present here. And one of the most important pieces in this auction is this early 18th century chocolate pot. It's by a London-based silversmith named Robert Cooper with the date letter of 1702. If you take a closer look here, there's a beautiful figural handle of a woman in bonnet, a nice dragon spout, and figures along the body of this chocolate pot. A really great piece in this auction. And from a local Westchester estate, we have this Chinese export mug. It is maker's mark of KHC and the London hallmarks. Beautiful, beautiful dragon figural handle here. And from the same estate, we have this Irish teapot. It is by William Nolan with a date letter of 1829. A really fabulous spout to this piece, nice floral finial, and beautiful repoussé design to this piece. An interesting piece in this auction is this silver-mounted Asian tile with crab inkwell. It is accompanied by a Mina Rosenblad Limited 1985 receipt describing this as a Kutani tile, silver mounts, and a silver crab inkwell. And here we have a lot of 2 items here, these 2 claret jugs. This beautiful 800 silver jug with a little cherub finial with shield. And it's accompanied by this ruby glass claret jug with a nice pan finial, 2 beautiful pieces in this auction. And here we have a pair of Polish candlesticks, nice pedestal base with column form candlestick. They are hallmarked with a city letter of W for Warsaw. And last but not least in this auction, I will be talking about this pair of Mexican sterling candlesticks. They are convertible from a single candlestick to 4 arms or even 2 arms on these candlesticks. A really great piece in this auction. And that wraps it up for our June 16th preview, and we hope to see you at our sale. Thank you.